All right, so I'm taking a blank document, and we have already gone through this the commands which is in the home tab, and today we are going to go to the insert tab, right? So in the insert tab we discuss about this cover page, blank page, and the page break, as well as we discuss about the tables last week. And I show you how to take a picture onto this Word document using the picture command. And I told you in this version, we can refer the pictures from this local device as well as the pictures online, right? And there is another way that we can take a picture into this, like without going through these particular steps and commands. We can just make our Word window smaller, and we can open the place where the pictures resides, right? And I can drag and drop the pictures, right? So if I give this to you in large icons, you can see where my pictures are. Now I got two, right? Two trees, right? So I can select this and I can drag it and drop it over here. So it will just import into this point as usual, right? And yeah, as well as we can go with the normal way, or the way that we are talking about to import a particular picture. So generally, we are just clicking the picture and choosing the device, and we are going to take the picture. So today I have took you some pictures. So I'll select these two and press insert. Right, so here we go. I got two pictures. One is a one big tree, and other one is a collection of trees, right? So now I told you last week we got this tool called background removal tool. So we can remove the background of a particular picture as we want, right? And as well as I told you, when we import a picture onto the Word document, we won't be able to move it as we want. So if you want to do that, you have to change these layout options. So it's better we go for in front of text. It will be much easier for us to deal with it. And I'll show you what are the other things are there to deal with, right? And you may notice like when I change the layout option into the in front of text, the other picture moves to the background of this one big tree, right? So I can move this tree now. I can scale it using these dots. So let me make it a little bit smaller, right? And this particular tree, yes, I can move it here and there. And this still, I'm not being able to move it, right? So again, I have to change the layout option, and I'm giving it as the in front of the text. Now I will be able to move it. Now, when it comes to the pictures, we can do many different, we can apply actually many different styles into this picture using this adjust group, right? So we can do the corrections regarding a picture, like corrections like lighting and contrast kind of things, right? So we can make it darker if you want, or we can make it lighter, right? You can see how the variation happens, right? So if you feel your picture is not that light enough into it, so you can use these predefined formats. Why I'm saying this as a predefined formats, because Word has given these formattings or these settings for us. Like if we want to make the things as we want, or like if you want to change the colors as we want, it's better we choose this picture correction options right at the beginning, like right at the bottom of this window. So once you click on it, this particular window will be there. So we can change the brightness as we want, and we can change the contrast, right? And we can change the sharpness. Sharpness අඩු වෙනකොට යනිකම් blur වෙන්න ගන්නවා. Right? Sharpness වැඩි වෙනකොට like a clear cut කරන්න පුළුවන් තැනට යන්න පුළුවන්. Right? So likewise, there are things, and if you want, we can choose that preset or like the already defined formats on our picture, right? So likewise, we can use these colors. So yeah, you can't see the picture how we can change. Right, so you can see how the colors are being changed. So you can make it black and white. You can give some other colors as well, right? Or you can give it some artistic effect, right? Actually here they are talking about the colors, right? And if you want some other color on the picture, you can go for the more variation part, and you can choose your own color, right? But it will not give you the way that you want it. And red අපි select කරොත්, it won't be our selection that is being applied to here, because it affects, or the selected color will get effect from the existing color tone on the picture, right? That is why then when I'm choosing red, I'm choosing choose කරන්නේ apple red එක. කියන්නේ ගොඩාක් තද රතු පාටක්. But once it is applied, it is applied as something maroon, right? It is because the picture got a color itself, right? Has some parameters on it. So according to that, our selected color will be adjusted, right? And if you want to take back what you have, you can reset the picture, right? So where's the, yeah, from here you can reset it, right? So this is the original one we had. And as well as we can apply some artistic effect, like a pencil drawing, right? Or like some other ways. Like there are many different various, like pencil grayscale. This is pencil sketch, right? This is the line drawings. Likewise, we can apply many different ways, right? So you can use it accordingly, right, as per your requirement, and make your document beautiful, right? And this is like to choose the things again, like some other pictures to be chosen, like from a file, from online resource, or from icons kind of things, right? You can reset your picture, like the size and the picture both. If I choose this, it will become the original size that I imported to here, right? Otherwise, you can just reset the picture for the existing size, right? So likewise, you can adjust this thing, right? And using these picture styles, we can decorate our picture with some borders and some attractive effects, right? So like if you are applying these things, see now here it will give you a border and some shadows behind it, right? Some white border, ash color borders, right? And this gives you some shadow behind the tree, right? Which will indicate it is like it's been embossed, right? And you can have some shadow, like the reflection, not the shadow, actually a reflection. So there are many different ways that you can decorate this, right? So give it a try. It's something nice when you are doing it, and you people like to do these things, right? So I won't tell it to you, so you just use it accordingly when you are editing a document, right? So and if we want our own particular border, we can make it using these colors, right? So it will make the border for us, and as well as we can use some preset ways for the particular picture. If you want to see the changes, it's like this, right? So these are some preset things අපිට අවශ්‍ය කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ හදලා දීලා තියෙන දේවල්. Otherwise we can choose our own shadow, right? We can apply our own shadow, right? So you can see shadow is moving here and there, and we can have internal shadows as well, right? So as I told you, you can use it accordingly, right? And if you want, you can use the reflection, right? And you can use the glow, soft edges, like a background, take a picture of hard and fast, hard points වලින් කපලා අයින් කරපු එකක් නෙවෙයි වගේ පෙන්වන්න එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. Bevel and emboss, it's really not very much apply onto this, but you can change the things up to some extent. And when it comes to the 3D, so you can turn it as you want. හැබැයි ඒක turn වෙනකොට අර අපිට ඕන විදිහට මෙයා turn වෙන්නේ නැහැ, but most of the times these things will satisfy our requirement, right? So either you can use that or you can use these preset ways of applying the things, right? ඔයගලන්ට border එකේ ප්‍රමාණය වෙනස් කරන්න ඕන නම් you can go with the weight and change the weight of the border, right? So likewise you can change the way it happens, right? And using this picture layout අපිට ඕන නම් පුළුවන් මෙයාව කියන්නේ මේ layout එකක් එක mix කරගන්න. මේක අපි කතා කරමු මේ අපේ when we are talking about this smart art things, right? So these are the smart art that you can see on the window. So එතනට ආම අපි මේක apply කරගන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා කියන්නේ smart art එක ගැන වැඩිපුර අපි කතා කරමු මෙතනදී, right? And you can insert an alt text, right? Alt text means like if for some reason if this particular image is not being loaded into your document, we can have particular detail regarding this. ඒකට අපිට හොයන්න පුළුවන් මොන වගේ දෙයක්ද මේක මොකක්ද මෙතන තිබ්බේ කියන එක ගැන පොඩි idea එකක් අපිට අරගන්න පුළුවන්, right? And we talk about this wrap text and all these things, and I want you to take your concentration into this bring forward option. Now to do that I'll take the other picture. It's here. Now if I move this picture with this particular picture, you can see my big tree is going to hide behind of this picture. So if I want to take it in front, there are two ways that I can do this, right? Either you can right click on the big tree which is behind the big picture and ask it to come forward, right? So we can say bring to front the option, so it will pop up and will surface, right? Otherwise we can right click on the big picture which is in front of the picture set, and we can ask it to go back, right? So we'll do the same, right? Taking someone in front means the other one sending back, right? So you can go on those two ways when you need to like toggle in between the pictures, right? And there is this rotate objects, right, where you can rotate your particular picture in several different manners. So one thing that you can do is you can rotate it clockwise or anti-clockwise. දක්ෂිනාවර්තව හරි වාමාවර්තව හරි අපිට පුළුවන් මේගොල්ලන්ව manage කරගන්න. Right? So in this particular icon rotate objects, we have rotate right 90%, rotate left 90%. So it is indicating the rotation by degrees. So actually it's not 90%, I'm sorry, 90 degrees. Rotating right in 90 degrees and rotating left in 90 degrees, right? So likewise, we can turn the picture 90 degrees by 90, so it will turn, right? And if I want to turn it to left, I can turn it 90 degrees by 90, right? So likewise, we can rotate it either to your right or to your left. And if we want to turn it like to an angle that we want, once you select a picture, you can see there is this rounded arrow is placed, and we can click on it and we can turn it as we want. අපිට ඕන විදිහට මෙයාව turn කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Right? And now there are another two options which call flip vertical and flip horizontal. Like look at the icons that they showed there. Right, let me show you the icons. So see, this is flip vertical. Now flipping vertical means සුදු පාටින් කියන්නේ without a color. ඒගොල්ලෝ ඇඳලා තියෙන්නේ original picture එක තියෙන විදිහ. So like the colored one, the black color triangle is the one which indicates how it is being flipped. Then අපිට rotate කරලා මෙයාව මේ පැත්තට අරගන්න බෑ නේද? අපි right එකට rotate කරොත් මේ විදිහට නෙවෙයි rotate වෙන්නේ, වෙනස් විදිහකට. Even we rotate to the left, still we can't like come up with this position. Flipping is something else. වම දකුණ මාරු කරනවා කියන එක තමයි flipping වෙන්නේ. එක්ක වම දකුණ මාරු කරන එක නැත්නම් උඩ යට මාරු කරන එක. Right? So if you flip it vertical, it will be like this. Right? Then මේක වෙනස පෙන්නන්න. I'll take another copy of this. කොහොමද මම මේක පාට copy එකක් ගත්තේ? You can do it using with the help of control button. You can just click on the control and click and drag it, so it will give me a copy. Or you can simply right click and take it here and there, so it will give you a copy. Right, then it will ask what to be done, move here or copy here. So I can, if I give copy here, so it will give you a copy. Right? So I'll get rid of one of it. Now here, now I'm going to this particular one, I'm going to rotate it by 180 degrees. Right? And with this, I'm going to flip it, right? Flip vertically. Now you can see the difference neither. මේක දැන් ගහක් නිසා එකපාරට අපුලුවන් අපිට මේ රවුමෙන් අඳුර ගන්න පුළුවන් නේ. බලන්න මේ මෙයාගේ මේ මෙතන තියෙන මේ රවුම මේ ස්පයිරල් එක තියෙන්නේ. In this picture it is on to your left, and in this picture it is on to your right. එතකොට මෙයාව rotate කරාම එන picture එකයි මෙයාව rotate කරාම එන picture එකයි it's different. වෙනවද? මෙයාගේ spiral එක තියෙන්නේ වමට බර වෙන්න, මෙයාගේ spiral එක තියෙන්නේ දකුණට බර වෙන්න. So because it is flipped. Right? So flipping has two positions, like the flipping vertical and flipping horizontal. Horizontal flipping means දැන් මම මේ කවුරු හරි එක්කෙනෙක්ව horizontal flipping කරොත් එයා අනිත් පැත්තේ ඉන්න කෙනා වගේ වෙනවා, right? Sleep. දැක්කද? right? අපිට ඕක මේ වඩා හොඳට බලන්න පුළුවන් කවුරු හරි character එකක් අරගත්තොත්. Let's take a little boy. මේක ගමුකෝ. Right, so if I flip this, now you can see the difference very clearly, right? This is the flipped image, right? So it is what we call horizontal flipping, right? So vertical flipping will be up and down, right? Is it clear, people? Can I have the confirmation? Right, okay, right, great. All right, then I'm going to show you how the cropping is happen. Now, there are some other tools which we are not going to talk about those because our syllabus is not that, they are not saying to go for those tools. So you just explore those. I'll just show you the important one and the things we need to learn, right? So let me take this cropping tool. Right, my little one came, so I got disturbed a little, right? So yeah, so the next one I'm going to talk about is the cropping. Now, what do you mean by cropping? That's why I took this big picture, right? Let me get rid of this little boy. So now remember, people, cropping is there to reduce or like to cut down some of the parts of your picture. But when we are cutting it down, we know that we can remove the background and use the picture, right? So if you click on removing background, it focus this particular tree. Then අපිට මේ අනිත් tree එක අරගන්න ඕන නම් it will be a little bit harder for us to do that නේද? අපිට එතකොට මේ if you want to mark the area that we need to keep, we have to mark it again, and then this have to be marked as a removed area, right? And again, it gives you like a good option to do that. And again, using the crop tool, we can do it as well. But unlike the remove background tool, I won't be able to I won't be able to remove the background very precisely. But into a square type thing, I can do that. Right now, if I want to take this coconut tree alone, right? So I can crop it. Now, once you click on the crop button, it will give you these markings at the edges and at the middle of the frame, right? So you can choose that. When you are having a mouse pointer, something like this, mouse pointer එක මෙතන කෙලවරට ගෙනාම change වෙනවා. මෙතනදී මේ L එකක් විදිහට නේද? වෙනවනේ. And here ඉතින් අර තල්ලු කරගෙන ඉන්න පුළුවන් ගානට change වෙනවා. So I'm going to crop it like this. So I need only the coconut tree, so I'm cropping it. Yeah, so once you done with the cropping, you can press enter, or you can just press the crop tool again. it will crop it. So now I have this one, right? And now instead of the big picture, I just took what I want just by using the crop tool. But remember, now if I move this onto a content, content එකක් කොහොමත් ඕන වෙනවා ඔයගලන්ට wrap text වෙන විදිය පෙන්නන්න. Right, I'll copy this content. Let me click here and right click and copy the content and yeah. Now look what happens when I move this picture at the top of the word. See, it has a white color background, so it stays as a one rectangle even though we can see the white background. Right, again it's සුදු පාටින් background එක පාට වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. So you know how to get remove the background, right? You have the background removal tool, right? When it comes to the format, remove background, you can use that. Or else there is another tool which is not much advanced as the background tool one, but this set transparent color option. So once you click it, your mouse pointer is changed into a particular thing, right? We don't know what it is actually, but it changed. And then what we are going to do is, this will help you to make the color transparent wherever you are going to click it regarding the picture, right? පින්තූරේ කැමති color එකක් උඩ click කරොත් ඒ color එක transparent කරනවා. Now if I'm going to click on the green, so yeah, the green එක පොඩ්ඩක් complex වැඩි. Right, let me try another color. මම තව චුට්ටක් ලොකු කරන්නම්. බලමු හරියයිද කියලා. I'm not very much sure about that. Yeah, ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පේනවා ඇති මේ සමහර පොඩි තැන්වල spots එනවා. Right, let's try to take out the background from this. Yeah, so you can see the background has been removed, but not very smooth as the background color. Background remove background thing, right? මෙයාගේ පොඩ්ඩක් සුදු පාට එහෙම්මෙන් ඉතිරි වෙලා තියෙනවා. It is because මේ color මේ this particular picture is little bit blurred, right? එයාගේ සුදු කියලා අපිට ඇස් දෙකට පෙවුනට සුදු වල පොඩි වෙනස්කම් තියෙනවා, right? So when you are having this kind of things, the best tool is the remove background, right? It will clearly take the things out for you, right? So you only need to mark what are the places you need to remove. So and mark the places that you need to keep. So it will keep the things and remove the others, right? So ඒකෙන් in a removal like a sharp ඔයගලන්ට. But that set transparency is good when we are having a very sharp difference in between colors. So අපිට ටක් ගාලා එක පාට එක color එකක් නැති කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Right, and I'm using this tree, my big tree, without the border. I'm resetting this. Right, I'm deleting my other one, and I'm making the content a little bit bigger. Right, yeah. Now I'm taking this tree onto the words. So as you can see, the layout option is now in front of the text. You can see the tree in front of the text. Text are behind the tree. And if I give the layout option as behind the text, so my picture is at the behind. And look at the other options. And if I choose this top and bottom, so there are no content from like in between, right? Like when the image is there, the content will be at the top as well as in the bottom, not on their sides, left or right, even though it got the space. And it has a layout option says square. Now, if I choose this, yeah, you can see what is happening. හරියටම නිකන් එයා වටේ කොටුවක ප්‍රමාණයට ඊට තියාගෙන the words are getting managed. And if I give the layout option tight, see what happens. Now what happens? Now these words are trying to penetrate, or like මේ අකුරු ටික හරි ගානට මෙයා වටේට හැදෙන්න තමයි a option එක තියෙන්නේ. Like if I choose the square option, it won't be like this. මේ විදිහට ගහ වටේට අකුරු ටික ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා කියලා අපිට පේන්නේ නැහැ. Right? It's kind of a rough square. Right? So the letters have been arranged accordingly. Right, so that is regarding the layout option, right? So when we go to the insert using the pictures, we can get a picture and do those formattings for a picture, right? Yeah, so that is regarding the pictures. And in the insert, we got some more options. Neither we have shapes. Now these shapes are there for you to draw any shape that you want, right? So they have given you some predefined shapes, right? So you can choose whatever you like from here, right? Then you can draw. How you are going to draw it? You choose the shape and come to the working area, click the mouse and drag it, right? How we are going to do it? Go to the insert, go to the shape, click on the shape that we want. Right, this time I'm taking this cylinder. And then click and drag. So likewise, you can have those kind of shapes onto your document accordingly. හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න documentation එක කරනකොට it should be nice and easy. Right? Don't like take all the things onto your page since they are nice to you, right? So doing something professional means you have to study how the things are going to go, right? And in the shape, on the shape, you can type if you want, right? All you have to do is right click and press in this add text. You can add the text. So now there is a cursor blinking on the cylinder. So if I type, it will get typed on that particular shape, right? So it doesn't matter what is the way that the shape is. I can type as I want, right? And again, the things that we can type inside a shape is limited. The shape overflow, right? So that is the way that you can find a shape, and you can format the shape as you want using the format toolbar, which is popping up when you are clicking on a particular object, right? And you can manage the colors, right? And there are predefined colors and formats. And if you want, you can have your own color to your shape, right? And own outline. And if you want to make the outline much thicker, you can have it in a thicker manner, right? And you can have the shape effects as well. You can have a shadow to that, right? So likewise, you can do a lot of things using shape effect, right? So all you have to do is use it effectively. That's all, right? So likewise, a shape can also be maintained in a way we maintain a particular picture. The only difference is, unlike the pictures, they don't have this artistic kind of things over here. It's just a gallery of shapes that we can go. And the next one inside the insert tab is this smart art. Right now, to do this smart art, I'll take you a new paper. Yeah, now smart art is there for you to handle your diagram in part in a much easier manner, right? So if you go to the smart art, you can see there are many different kinds of arrangements are there, right? So these arrangement can be done by using the shapes as well, but it will take some time, right? But here we are given a predefined structure, right? So if I want to put something like this, I'm just click on it and say okay, so it will be there. And the beauty of it is they have configured that particular place to type and to add things into that, right? So you can type it by clicking on the particular place or just by clicking on the popping up window at your left, right? And remember people, this is very specific. Very specific means like these diagrams are created for specific motives, right? So maybe it won't fulfill all your detail, right? But it is right. What you have to remember is it is like created for some certain things. What are these certain things? Right now, before that, I'll tell you how to like when you are typing what happens over here. So now if I say fruits, so you can see this blue color box is being changed, right? And you can give several different foods. And apple. And if you want another, just simply press enter. It will allow you to type that value inside that particular place, right? And remember, you should have this creative mind and you have to think a little bit differently to overcome these things. And in the gallery of the smart art, it it is having various different kinds of things. If you want a list, it is there, different kinds of list. If you want a process to be shown, right, it is there. And if you want a cycle, if you want to illustrate a cycle, it is there again, right? Hierarchical part, the top management is who, the middle management is who, right? Likewise. And the relation, right? So like there are many ways that you can introduce the relation into this particular documents or as per your requirement, right? So it shows the way that the relation is going to indicate, right? And likewise, matrix is there, pyramids, pictures if you want. Now, do you remember that I told you when I'm working with the picture, I'll tell you what to be done, right? And as well as you can go online and take the things from office.com, right? Anyway, what you have to remember is we are having this kind of facilities is to manage our work and present our document in a very good manner, right? Did you got how we are using the shapes and the smart arts? People, please confirm. Yes, everyone. Okay, great. All right, so there is a way that we can insert a chart as well, but here, Durabutala, I'm not going to talk about the charts. We can just click on the chart and this particular window will open, and there are several different kinds of charts. So we can choose any one of those and click and say OK. Once I press OK, the chart will be inserted to this page, as well as we are given an external software page, which is the Excel, right? So how to draw a particular chart is discussed in the 7th lesson, I guess. Yeah, the Excel. So I'm not going to tell you how it happens now, right? When we come to that particular lesson, we'll talk about this, right? So for the moment, just remember, if you want to insert a particular table, this is the way you are going to include it, or like the make use of it. Like go to the insert and click on the chart and you just select what is that you want. So it will be there. And how to change these parameters, I'll tell you when it comes to the Excel worksheets or like the Excel practical lesson, right? Okay, so with that, we are done with the illustration tool, right? I'm not going to talk about this icon, 3D models and screenshots. Those are some specific things, as well as not the add-ons, right? You can just surf it and see why the add-ons are there. And I want you to take your attention into this link, right? So this online video, again, it's like make it up to some certain point. We can't say it is a very good option to do that, right? But having an online video, it will much clearer the things in your mind. So regarding this link, we are highly occupied with those, right? So like when it comes to the links, we can define links in 3 different ways. One particular link is like link in the same place of a lengthy document, right? උදාහරණයක් විදිහට like අපි පොතක් අරගත්තොත් පොතකට තියෙනවානේ පටුනක් table of content, right? And once that table of content is there, we will be able to uh, like jump into a page that we want. අපිට chapters කියවලා අපිට ඕන part එක ගැන බලලා එතනින් කෙලින්ම අදාළ තැනට jump කරන්න පුළුවන්. So hyperlink can also be used to do that particular things, right? It is called a bookmark as well when it comes to that mod, right? Let's see what do we have now. Like when we click on the hyperlinks, you can see link, bookmark, and cross references, right? Now link is there to link a particular resources. That can be a local one which stays in your computer, or it can be a remote one which stays in the internet, right? So in any way you can establish a particular link inside a Word document, right? In nowadays, if you just copy the link from the web browser and if you just paste it onto this, still it will create that particular thing, right? So I'll show you how to insert a link over here. So once we click on this link, this particular window is given, and there you can see at the left hand side we got existing file or web page, place in this document, create new document, and email address. So we are going with this existing file or web page. So all you have to do is either you can choose what is the particular document that needs to be connected or that needs to be linked, or else if you are linking with someone else, or like with an external website, still we can give the external website address right over here, right? Let me show you both the things. Now I'm choosing this DBMS cover. This is a picture from this window and say okay. So let me increase the font size. Yeah, this is the link that I got for that particular image. So now by clicking this, I will be able to start or open that particular image in the computer, right? So when I'm trying to click on this, it won't get clicked. If you want to click it, the tooltip says, press the control key and click on it. Right, press the control key and click on it. So it will give you a little window by providing you some warning. It is because the Windows system is very much into these security aspects. So for each and every thing that we are executing, it takes the permission from us, right? So here, just give yes because we know what the document is. So once we give yes, it will open me this particular picture. So I didn't went to the original place of this picture. I just gave them a particular path or a particular way to open this. So using that, they have opened this particular image. Right? So the path is this. Go to the C, users, user documents, dbms cover.jpg. So that is the place that they are defining you to get connected, or to the document to get connected with, right? And I'll show you how to have a URL, or like the link over here. Now, like we connected with a document inside the computer, we can connect with a website which is outside of our computer. Right? To do that, the only thing that you need to do is just type your web address right over here. Simple as that. So if I want to take a one like www.starlabs.lk, right? And I'm pressing OK. Yeah, I'm sorry. Right? So you can see www. Oh, dot again. At the end of command. Let me correct it. So links, hyperlink, and here starlabs.lk. I need www as well. So this means, what's happened to my keyboard over here? Right, so this means the bird will understand, okay, this particular user need to connect with this particular using this particular document. So they just create a web address. So this is called a URL. So once we can't click on it, so once we press the control key and we are going to press on the link. So here it opens the Starlabs website. All right. So it is the way that you are going to give a particular hyperlink, especially when it comes to the very small area of dissemination, right? Body pages keep. So this is a good option, right? And again, people, if you take the particular URL copied from this address bar and paste it onto the Word document, still you will be able to access. So once you done it, you have to press enter, then only it will convert it into a hyperlink, or like the resource that can be connected with the outer world. Now, if you click on that, you will see my particular place where I have copied the data will be reappear, right? So let me close it first. I'll close this. So it is the one I took as the URL. Yeah, I'll close these things as well. Yeah. So now my browser has just one particular thing, and I'm clicking on this, pressing the control key and click. So here it loads. Yeah, Singaraja Forest Reserve. Right. So likewise, we can make any kind of hyperlink. It will just act a way to contact with the other applications or the outer world. Is that clear, people, about the link? Yes, everyone? Right. And if you got any question, you can always question me, right? Okay. So let's go to the headers and footers. Now, why we use header and footers? Now, header and footers are there for us to keep some data regarding the documentation in each and every page, right? Because header and footer, once we plan or once we compose a particular header and footer, it will be applied to all the pages in the document, right? Yes, Kavidu. That is one of the help. We can use it to add a letter headings, right? And now your header and footer sections are inside your margins. Now, what we are writing here is within the margins. So in the margin area, this gray color area is responsible to have the header and footers. So if you want to access the header and footer, either you can go to the insert and click on the header and footers, right? And you can choose any kind of header and footer, or you can just double click on this area where we are not allowed to write the content of the book generally, right? So once I double click on it, it will gives you the header section, right? So in this header section, you can type your own things, or you can choose a predefined format. You can do anything actually you want. So the only thing that you have to remember is if you put something here, it will appear in each and every page, right? I think you may have the experience about the headers and the footers regarding the books. So you may find some topic uh, on the like at the top of each and every document that you are receiving. Sometimes, like I'll show you something that I have done to my tunes, like when I'm composing the things, right? Now, this particular thing, like unit 7, system analysis and design in page 14. So this part is my header, right? Now, if I move it to the next page, it will have the same thing. See, it is having the same thing, right? Likewise, each and every page, you will be able to find that particular header, right? And this is the top of the page. And now you can see the bottom of the other page as well. This is also called a footer, right? So this is called the header, and this is called the footer. Right, so you can edit the footer in the very same way we edit the header, right? So like double click on the area, so you can apply the things that you want. As well as I told you, as well as we can choose some predefined formats, like go to the header. See, there are some header designings are there, right? So you can use the things as per your preference. Now, if I click this, see the page number is automatically taken. That is the style they have, and document title. And if I choose this, this is the way it comes, right? So if I give some document title over here, let's say ICT, right? And we can do the changes as we are doing the changes to the content as well. And be careful, or like be concentrate to have the idea, like when we are editing the header, our content become a little bit blurry. Contrast it is because to indicate us that you are dealing with the header or the footer, right? And then once we have this this kind of facilities, or like this kind of styles, if you want to put a page number, put in a page number will replace the content of the header, right? The header එක replace වෙනවා page number එකෙන්, right? So if we want to do it like by keeping our particular header formattings, and still we can have the page number to here. To do that, you can choose, go to the page number and choose the current position. Now current position indicates where the cursor blink inside the header, that is the place that they need, right? So if I click on this, the current position, then I click on this first page, so it is there without harming the header style, right? This very same way we can apply something to the footer. Footer is right over here, and I can yeah, what are we going to have? Let's have yeah, let's have this. So like this, we can arrange the footer. And again, people, I'm reminding you, if you want, you can customize your own thing. Then මගේ document එකේ මම පෙන්නලා තියෙන්නේ මම දාලා තියෙන්නේ මට ඕන දේ. Right? Information and communication technology is there. Align is there. Right? So if you want to do something like that, you may get rid of this. Right? Then you can just type information and communication technology, right? And you can centerline this. You can do all the things that that we can do it to a text inside the here. And if you want to add a line, this is a table that they have drawn. That is why I have given the this table components, right? And I'm going to the insert, and I'm going to the objects, the shapes, and I'll take a line, right? And I draw it from here to here, right? And I'm going to edit my line, like I'll give it to a particular color and some weight, right? So this is going to be my footer. So once you're done with the header and footer, you can double click on the working area, or you can just close the header and footer section from here, right? So just close it. So now you can see there is a headers somewhere here as well as it is here. Now the beauty is, if I take a new page, it is given with the header and footer. So likewise, we can use it, the header and footer, to repeat in each and every page in the Word document or the word processing software, right? So then after, I'm going to take your attention to this particular component which we call text box. Now text box is a component which allows us to type wherever we want, as we want, right? Then we Word document type karnakota, we should always like type from left corner to the right corner, which is limited by the margins, and the content will be continued as it is. But this text box will allow you to write wherever you want and allow you to adjust the content as you want. Like adjusting means something like this. Now there are many different kinds of text boxes. I'm going to take the first one. So once I take a particular text box, it will show like this, right? So I can have copies as much as I want, right? Then I can arrange how things are going to happen, right? Then I can make my Word document something nice with these things. Oh, why it is not being copied? I hate curse. All right, so you can manage the page, or like handle the content. Oh, why it is not giving me to click? Yeah, handle the content like this. All right, so you can type any kind of things inside this text box, and you can format your text box as well. All right, I can make it like this. Yeah, I can make it like that. So likewise, you can do the amendments, right? And it has all other parameters as well, like the outline, the colors, the weight, and all these things are there. Shape effects are there, so we can apply some of the effects for those things, right? And these quick styles, it is there. Ek පාවිච්චි කරන style format එකක් හදාගන්න, right? Don't bother about it for the moment. And the text direction, text alignment, I'm not going to talk about these things. We know how to do that, right? So those things are there, right? So whatever, like if you want to manage your Word document as you want, text box is a good option, right? And after the text boxes inside the insert tab, there is this column called, or like the command called Wordart. You may remember this in the home tab as well, right? But earlier, like before the 2007 version, the Wordarts were very attractive, right? එක එක විදිහට ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැකලා තියෙනවා නේද අර Hulk movie එකට යාගේ වචන ටික හැදෙන හින්දි. So ඒ විදිහට එකකුත් තිබුණා මට මතකයි, because I was using that for a very long time, right? And it was very satisfying, like we are creating some cartoon letters using the Wordart. But nowadays it is it's been much professional, right? එක එක වර්ග වලින් තියෙනවා, right? So you can choose it as you want. So finally, in the insert section, we are going to talk about these equations and the symbols, right? So equations are there for you to like create the mathematical equations. Now, there are some technically, or like not the technically actually, yeah. when you are writing some particular formula, there will be some practical problems. Then මිශ්‍ර සංඛ්‍යාවක් ලියා ගන්න ඕන උනොත් නේද mix component එකක් like if it or else if we need to write something like this මේ වගේ එකක් අපිට ලියන්න කිව්වොත් it will be much harder for us to do this නේද because it will consume the time x plus a ලියලා මෙයාව superscript කරලා we have to find something like this and we have to find how we are going to place this particular thing at the top and the right bottom, how we are going to display this. Then make a superscript, subscript පාවිච්චි කරලා අපිට කරන්න බෑ මේ දෙන්නව. Because if we use superscript and subscript, one will be here and the subscript will be like right after that step. Right? And we can't like make the alignments like this. Again, maybe මෙතන වචනයක් ලියවෙනකොට ඒකට ගැලපෙන විදිහට මෙහෙම උඩයට අකුරු සෙටල් කරගන්න අමාරුයි. Right? So for that reason, Word has given you a facility called equations. So you can take a predefined format of equation and you can build up your equation and show how it happens. Right? The method is predefined. They have already made it up for you. Now, if you once you select this equation, when you move to the design, you can see many different components are there. If you want, you can put a fraction, like this, right? So you are given the places to type. If I type 4, 5 over here, so 4 out, 4 out of 5 can be shown. Excuse me. Right? And for more complex things like if you want to indicate this radix and all these things, right? So you can just choose one of those, right? And the large operators, so it will give you how the things are going to happen. Right. So you can use it accordingly to express a particular equation. Now this will be very helpful when it comes to the science and maths, because those are the people, like those are the places where we always use this kind of things, right? There are some in commerce as well, but in most of the times it's maths and science where we find this lot of letters and equations and all these things, right? Promote the how to draw on a picture. Now, to draw on a picture, we won't be able to use the Microsoft Word because it is a word processing software. To draw on a picture, we need a software like Paint or like Photoshop, GIMP kind of things. Like the photo editing software should be there, right? Like අපිට මෙහෙම දෙයක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතන පොඩි trick එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. You can take a picture onto the screen, right? Now let's say we need we need to write something on this scale. So we can make it happen with the help of this particular picture and with the help of a text box. The text box එක පුළුවන් front එකට ගන්න, bring to front. Okay. Right now it is at the top. So now you can like go to the format and take out the shape fill and take out the outline, no outline. So it is like you have written on the tree, right? Not like we written by a pen or pencil, but we can place it like this. That kind of a thing can be done, right? But if you really want to like have it much advanced manner, so yeah, it's better like try some other software, right? Not this. මේකෙන් මේ වගේ දුරකට තමයි ඔය වගේ දෙයක් කරගන්න පුළුවන් පුතේ. Right? Right. Okay, so after the equations, yeah, let me take a clear picture over here, clear page. I'm taking a blank document. So yeah, like right below the equation, there is symbol, right? So why symbols are there? Symbols are there because of this. Now, if I want to say something like this, a computer will cost you 100 euros. Euros yak. Right? Natam rupial siyak. The ru කියන වචන නම් අපිට සිංහලෙන් type කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Right? So if you want to indicate 100 euros, now we got dollar sign on our keyboard. We can easily say $100, right? But if I want to say 100 euros with the currency symbol, we have to choose a symbol for that because that character is not on your keyboard. So what you are going to do is you can go to the insert tab and the symbol, and you can find the euro mark over here. So you can have euro as the currency symbol, right? And as well as in practical world, when we type something in Sinhala, there are some places, some letters which is not really happening on the way we want, right? Then මමගේ document එකේ මම type කරනකොට මේ symbols වලට අරගෙන තියෙනවා මේ මෙන්න මේ අකුර do කියන එක, right? Because when we are trying to put this දුයන් සංඥක කරන්න අපි දාන පොඩි කොටස තියෙනවානේ අන්න ඒක when we are typing it won't come in very handy way. සමහරවිට අකුර උඩ නිකන් දුවල වගේ තමයි එන්නේ. It is not nice. So on those cases we can go to the symbols, right? Then symbols වල මට ඕනම ඔක්කොම ටික මෙතන නොතියෙන්න පුළුවන්. So if you want to insert some more symbols, go to the more symbols, right? Then it will allow you to, like, it will give you a particular window, and in that window you can choose what is the font that you are going to use and like use the character that you want, right? මෙතන symbols වලටම එකක් තියෙනවා, right? So like this we can use one of these letters as a symbol, right? So all you have to do is just click on it and say insert. So it will be insert like this, right? So that is the help of the symbol, right? Yeah, so with that our insert tab things are done, right? There are many other facilities. I want you to like go through those because I'm not doing those. They are not in our syllabus and it will consume time as well, right? Because we have to cover up the things a little bit faster, right? So then there is the draw tab is not there. It is not there for you. And we talk about the design. We didn't talk about the design neither. In the design, there is a way that we can put a watermark to the page, right? So watermarks are used for specific things. then when the lawyers are making their documents, they have to indicate that this particular document should not be copied or it is confidential kind of things, right? So on those cases, they can use this watermark. So what will be happening is your pages will be like generated with this watermark once you applied it. Right now, if you just click on this confidential, if you minimize the page, you can see. Sandun, you can see the recordings by tomorrow morning, Puta. Usually I'm uploading at the midnight or at the early in the morning. So definitely you will be able to see it after 8 o'clock tomorrow, right? With your recording as well, right? And you can use this to have your watermark, and as well as you can use you can create your own watermark if you want, right? So to do that, you can go to this custom watermark, and here there are two types of watermarks. The first option is no watermark. The second option is picture watermark. You can select a picture and use it as a watermark. And third one is the text watermark. So in the text watermark, the first one is the language, and the second one is the text. Now, if you change this text, it will change the appearing text on the paper, right? So if I change this into Star Labs, and if I change the font into a different kind of one, let's say Chiller, and then I say okay, see, it's like this. I can change it, right? Or if you want, you can put a picture as well. So if you click on the picture watermark, it says you to select a particular picture. So I click, and if I give a particular picture, I'll give this, the tree that we use. So insert, and once I apply, so it will become a watermark. Now we can't change the position of the watermark, right? It will be there as it is, cannot be selected in any case, but we can write at the top of it, right? Likewise. But we won't be able to place that picture like we handle a picture, right? Because this is watermark and it is fixed to be placed at the center of the particular document. Sandhurn, I'll answer it you like after the session, right? And again, you can use this particular command to give a page color, right? You can give different kinds of colors to your page. And when you are taking new pages, it will be on the same color, right? Oops, I'm sorry. See, so you can have a particular page color, as well as you can use borders. You can use the standard border as they're given to you, right? Once you choose the standard border, you can see that this is called the page border, not the any other borders. The other borders are there, like how we are going to apply a border to a. It's 7:15, Buddha Sandun. We are ending this session by 7:15, right? So this kind of borders can be given, and if you want, you can give some nice or like some artistic borders by using this art. So like if you choose this tree, and once you press OK, there is a border like these trees. right? So likewise, you can arrange your watermark, the page colors, the page borders kind of things, right? So those are the things that we need to concentrate on the design tab. And layout, we talk about it. Margins, orientation, size, and columns, we talk about those things. And references, we are not going to talk about the reference tab, but if you want to create a table of content, this is the tab that you want to refer. So just surf it and see, people. You can learn how the table of content can be generated within seconds when you know the way to do it, right? We are not going to talk it because it is not in our syllabus. And mail in, the mail merge, the concept mail merge, which is the last concept of your lesson, which we are going to talk next week, is doing under the mail in tab. So let's go to the review. The review tab allows you to do the spelling and grammar check-ins, as well as you can use the treasurer to find out the meanings of the words and all these things, right? So to do that, let me take a new page and let me copy a content. Yeah, I'll copy this from here, from this particular location. Right now, I'll paste it and I'll increase the size a little. Yeah, and I'll come to be 100%. Yeah, now you can see there are some red underlines from the word Singharaja, because Singharaja is a Sinhala word which is written in English. So the English dictionary will not be able to recognize what is Singharaja is. So they take it as a spelling mistake, therefore, right? So once we click on that, they will be given some suggestions, right? But of course, we really don't need to change it to something else. Neither. We can keep it as it is. And remember, like indicating things in red underlines will not allow, we will not print with your documents, right? This is just an indication. ඒක ඩොකියුමන්ට් එකත් එක්ක print වෙන්නේ නැහැ. කොච්චර ඉරිදි මම දැන් අපි සිංහලෙන් ලියනකොට අපිට ගොඩාක් වෙලාවට red underlines එනවා, because computer can't understand, or not the computer, the word processing software will not understand the single letters, right? සමහර ඒවා දැන් අඳුනනවා, but not all of them, right? So you'll be having, like, if you do any spelling mistake now in this forest word, if I delete the R, so it will show me, okay, there is a printing mistake, right? And not the printing mistake, the spelling mistake. So on those cases, we can right click on the places where it indicate the spelling mistakes. So it will, most probably it will give us some list of words. Is this the one you are going to write or something? So we will be able to choose the correct word out of it. So the underlines will be gone, right? And you will be having red underlines, the blue underlines as well, instead of reds. That will happen due to a grammar or punctuation mistakes. Now after the UNESCO, there is a full stop. Now, if I put an additional space in between the UNESCO word and the full stop, I will be getting a blue underline. It says, okay, you got some punctuation mistakes, so correct it. So I can right click and correct it, or I can just delete the space in between the word and the dot. And if I do some grammar mistakes, now here we got it is of international significance. Now for is, I'm going to say are, it are. We are not writing it are normally, right? So it should, yeah, now see, it will indicate now it are is not a good way to write, right? I'm sorry. Right, hold on, okay. Underline එක ඇවිල්ලා එකපාරටම ගියා. right? Yeah, here. Now it is there. So on those cases, we can right click and it will give us a suggestion. Now it is there. So we can do the changes, right? So likewise, we can correct the spelling and grammar mistakes with the help of these red underlines and blue underlines, right? And similarly, we can choose this review tab and go for the spelling and grammar mistakes. And it will indicate us what are the places that I'm having the mistakes. Now may it indicate karma. So I can choose is from here, so it will replace. And Singharaja is indicating again. Metan highlight kala pennano. So Singharaja කියන එක ඒක මුකුත් වැරද්දක් නැහැ. Right? So either I can ignore these, නොසලකා හරින්න පුළුවන්, or I can add this word to the dictionary. So once I add it, this computer will recognize there is a correct word called Singharaja. ඊට පස්සේ එතනින් එහාට යා Singharaja underline කරන්නේ නැහැ. See? Now this Singharaja is not being underlined. Right? So it consider it as a correct one. Right? So likewise, you can correct the spelling and grammar mistakes with the help of this spelling and grammar. Right, and very finally, just stay with me for another 2 minutes. I want you to show the treasure. These treasurers will give you a window at your right hand side, and you can highlight some word and find the synonyms, or you can simply type something over here, right? So if you type because, it will give you the similar words for because. And if you want the definition, you can see the definitions, right? So clicking on the things, it will show you the definitions and all these things that you have, right? So it's very handy when it comes to the documenting. As well as you can right click on a particular word and go for these synonyms, and you can find the similar words under the synonyms. So if I like, there can be words which don't have similar words, right? But if I click on something like dense and go for the synonyms, so solid, impenetrable, compressed, like there are nice words, so we can replace it. Then it will take it. Vegetation, synonyms, flora, and you should be very careful when you are replacing the things, because when it comes to the language like English, it can change your meaning of that particular sentence entirely by placing some of the words, right? So be careful, but you have that facility, right? So you can click on any word and choose for the synonyms. And if you choose a particular synonym, it will be replace that particular word. All right, so we are almost done with the word. So next week, I'm going to show you how the mail merge happens. Then we are officially in a way, we are done with the things else. I have to show you how to do the printing as well, right? So with that, I'm going to end the session. So by next week, Word will be done. If you got the time, we will move to the number system lesson as well, right? So thank you very much for being with me, people, right? So next week, we are going to meet for the same time, 5:45, right? සමහරලාට ඉන්ස්ටිටියුට් එකකින් 6 කියලා වෙලාව දානවා ඇති තාම ඒගොල්ලන්ට තියෙන ටයිම් එක එහෙමනේ අපි මේක ඇඩ්ජස්ට් කරගත්තා. So get ready for 5:45 in case I'm not getting late, right? All right, people. So have a very good night. I'll see you next Friday for the same time, right? Thank you very much, right? Okay, have a good night, people. Right. If anyone got a question, so you can ask, right? Or I can end the session.